it's just going to be a quick one, a fast one, about what happened to a brother. And he said I should please bring it to the field, I should bring it to the house, I should bring it to the public, so everybody will get to know, will get to hear, and get to get proper counsel. He almost lost something very important just because of a mistake he almost made. Said he has this girlfriend, they have been on for 2 years, and that he made up his mind to marry her, and they had started talking about marriage. And along the line, he took a trip to somewhere, and as he was coming back to his house, he saw the girlfriend in the house, and somehow he doesn't know where she went to or how she dropped her phone. So when she picked, the call came in, he picked this phone and wanted to know who was calling her and why the phone was there and she wasn't around. And she was surprised. He was surprised when he scrolled through. He saw one picture, a picture of one girl that is so notorious, and he remembered he made this girl about 6 months before he met the girlfriend. And he was wondering, that was the girl he picked up when he went to Abuja, one of his last trips before he met his present girlfriend. And that girl was the girl he ended up with. And the girl was just everything you could call a street girl. Of course, she was a street girl because he went and picked her from the street. So he was wondering, what is this my girlfriend, this girl I want to marry, what could she be doing with this kind of a girl? Maybe they are of the same feather, maybe they are related, maybe they are doing the same business together, or so there was something that didn't come through his mind, and he didn't know what to do. His mind was to gently just forget about the girl. If you could have that kind of a person among her friends, that means she too is either in the same business, or she is and she encourages that kind of a thing. And he wasn't ready to settle down with that kind of a person, with that kind of a personality. That's what was going on in his mind, and he was still contemplating on it. He wanted to maybe keep quiet about it, not mention anything about it to the girl, and gradually withdraw from her, or to ask her. He didn't know. He was just wondering, what does he do? What's the best way to handle this situation? Does he keep quiet, or does he ask the girl? So as he was just wondering what to do, the girl came in, and she was all nice. She had made some preparations for him, gave him food, and asked him how the trip was. After everything, he was just wondering, as they were about sleeping, this thing made him to become cold towards this girl. He couldn't interface with her again. He couldn't, Meanwhile, this is a girl he has, done everything with, planned on marriage. He had even gone to meet her family. He had gone to meet all her siblings. The family knew already that they were planning this thing together, and they were not like, in short, they were already set. Of course, that's why she could stay in his house in his absence, and she could come anytime and go anytime, and that was why she was there. And she was feeling free to say that she left her phone and went somewhere that made him to now pick the phone and pick the call. So, but his mind was like, what was the point? There must be the same people, there must be the same feathers, the same bird, they flock together, that there was no need for him to ask if she could have anything to do with the kind of a girl he saw in that picture. If she could have anything to do with her, then she couldn't possibly be a good marriage material. And he was already thinking of forgetting about the project, even though he was one that trained her in a vocational course she did, and all the things he had done for her, he wanted to forgo all for the sake of his peace. So in the night, even when they were sleeping, he was cold towards her. He didn't know what to do. And she was asking, honey, what's the problem? You've been cold since you came back. Is there anything that is the matter? What's the problem? What happened? How was your trip? He said he couldn't bring himself to say anything. He was just thinking in his mind, battling his mind. What does he do? Does he keep quiet, or does he ask her? He already made up his mind that he knew she was going to tell lies. And that lie was what he didn't want to, he didn't want to contend with the lie she was going to tell. So he wanted to keep quiet and gradually pull away from her. But on a second thought, his mind said, well, if he doesn't get to the root of the matter, he might not be able to entirely know that the matter is closed. So the best thing for him was to open up and ask her who that girl was, to find out who the girl was. So she now called. In short, he had already called a friend to tell the friend what has happened, and that he didn't want to, and the friend was encouraging him. No, that's the essence of communication. That's why they say in relationships, it should be open enough with your partner. Tell him or ask him or her everything. Feel free to talk to her, feel free to ask him or her anything, and that's where communication comes in. Communication is very important, it's very vital. You should feel free to ask your partner any kind of a question, and your partner should be such that he should be able to accommodate any kind of a question. He should be matured enough to be able to accommodate any kind of a question that is thrown to him or her. If your partner is the kind of a person that you're afraid, you're scared of asking questions, then that relationship will not be very solid. You should be able to ask her, ask him anything, anytime, and you, the partner, should be able to entertain any question you are asked. You should be able to be open enough to express yourself very well. So that was what the lady now told the guy. Don't keep quiet, don't pull away. It might not be the girl, it might not be her fault. There must be a reason. At least give her the benefit of the doubt. Let her explain herself. Let her explain to you what she's doing with that kind of a notorious girl. The girl you said you saw and that she's all over at Abuja, she was into, that's her job. She doesn't have any other vocation apart from street. And so you needed to know exactly what your fiancé, your proposed wife, could be doing with that kind of a person to have her in her album. So on a second thought, after the woman had advised her, he now decided that he was still going to ask, even though he had made up his mind that he knew the girl was just going to do what? Tell lies. So he now asked Mahoney, he said, yes, can I ask you a question? He said, please ask me. I know something has been eating you up. Ever since you came back from your trip, you have been cold, you have been withdrawn. After everything to make you to smile, you have not agreed to smile. And I know I have not done anything wrong. I have not offended you. I have not done anything wrong. So please, if you want to tell me what's eating up, open up and tell me. Now the guy asked, do you promise me to tell me the truth, the whole truth? He said she was going to tell the whole truth. Yes, she was going to tell the whole truth. So he said, okay. He said, bring your phone. The girl brought her phone and gave him. He said, open your album. She opened. And he pointed at the picture, said, who is this girl? Immediately the girl looked at the picture. She busted into laughter and laugh. I said, he mentioned the girl's name. And coincidentally, but that wasn't the name the girl gave the guy. She mentioned the girl's name. They said her real name is so. That the girl is at Abuja, living at Abuja, that she is a street girl at Abuja. That they have pleaded with her. There's nothing they have not done for her in the family to stop her from that life, and she refused that. She started that life from when they were in the university. That does you know that she didn't graduate, she didn't finish school. Meanwhile, that her parents are very wealthy, very to. So it wasn't like problem. Money was a problem, but she was just the kind of a life she had chosen to live. And that she didn't even graduate from school. She dropped out of school and started living in Abuja, living wild life, living a kind of life that is even a shame to the members of the family. He said he was just listening to her. Then she said that he could call somebody. Okay, that he should use his phone and call anybody in their family and mention the girl's name and find out what they will say. He said it's her cousin. It's her cousin, the first cousin, not even second cousin. They are very close. But that's the life she had chosen right from when they went through the same uni. That right from when they were in uni, she was living that kind of life. And they have done everything to put her, and nobody, they've left her alone. That the parents are tired of her, and that's what happened. So she now asked the guy, what happened? Where did you see her? Did you see her? He now said that was about years back. 6 months before he met her, that he had an encounter with her at Abuja, and that she saw her, knew that she was a lost person, and that when she now saw her picture in her album, his mind went wild. He was like, what's my fiancé doing with this kind of a character? Is it not that they are the same feathers? Is it not that if she should know this kind of a person, that means either they are doing the same business, or they were doing the same business, or they are the same people, or they are just together? And that he wasn't ready to settle with a person that has anything to do with that kind of a character. The guy said, well, she's my cousin, my first cousin. And can ask anybody in the family that she's my cousin doesn't make me to be behaving the way she's behaving. I graduated from the school. We went through the same school, but I graduated. She didn't graduate. She's still at Abuja, but I'm living here, hustling. She is there. Nobody knows her whereabouts, but I'm here. People know my whereabouts. You went and met my family and they told you about me. So you can still call my family members, ask her of the girl. The name you said she gave you is not her name. This is her real name. If you want, you can go to the family and ask. that is her cause of quite alright, but that for almost 5 months, 6 months, they have not communicated with each other. That as she was even talking to him, that she didn't even know her whereabouts, whether she was still at Abuja or not, that she didn't know. So the man said he felt like they poured cold water on his head from the beginning, from the head to toe. He felt relieved. Somehow he believed her, because of course he didn't have any reason to believe her. For her to have told him to call anybody in the family and mention the girl's name, it was like she was saying the truth. And it was a great relief to him that after all it was just a relation, and of course you cannot choose your relations, you can only choose your friends. And for her to be doing what she's doing doesn't mean that her blood relation should be doing the same thing, or that she's even encouraging that what she's doing. So based on that, he decided to tell us in the platform that we should please tell everybody that communication is very important, it's very vital in your relationship. Don't have anything you are imagining. When you are beginning to imagine that thing, open up to your partner. Don't allow whatever thing you to be carried away with your imaginations, or you allow yourself to be carried away with your imagination. That imagination will not tell you anything very correct. It will always present you the worst case scenario, and if you build on it, you will spoil things for yourself. That we should help him and tell everybody that this is what almost happened to him. A relationship he has taken 2.5 years to build, that is almost settling down. He has thought that his life is sorted now in that area, because the girl is a very good girl, a very hardworking girl, honest girl, and open girl. Just because of that picture he saw in her album made him to start imagining things that made him to use his hand to destroy his own relationship. He said he was even ashamed to tell the girl what happened. But the girl was asking what happened, how did you get to see? He didn't know how to tell her that he went through her album and her phones and saw all those things, because actually, well, he just felt that it was not right. So he said I should tell everybody that we should help him, and thank God that he didn't spoil his relationship with his own hands, and that the girl is a good girl, and that in the next within 1 year's time, they were planning to go and tie the knot and settle down peacefully and happily, which he almost spoiled. A relationship of 2.5 years, he knows how much it has cost him: time, energy, resources, emotions. If he had not been careful, that's how he would have just squashed everything and damaged everything, because he didn't plan to talk to the girl at all. He just wanted to withdraw from her, without saying anything. That was what he planned to do, until he now talked to a lady that told her, why don't you call the girl, ask the girl. So he said I should please share this to the family, so that people will get to know the importance of communication. Communicate. You should be able to communicate whatever thing that is going on in your mind. Communicate it with your partner, and you should be able to listen to your partner very well. And we have also talked about effective listening as being one of the things that you must do in your relationship to be able to make it a success. When a partner is talking to you, listen to him. Manage to hear him out. Listen until he finishes whatever he has to say. Don't cut him short, don't interject, don't ask questions aloud. Manage yourself and help yourself to keep calm and keep quiet until he finishes saying whatever thing he has to say before you now start asking questions. Because we know a lot of people have ended up ruining their relationship by not waiting for their partner to finish what he or she was saying before they interjected, because you won't know where he's ending and you are already responding. You may respond in a way that he will get angry or she will get angry, and it will compound issues and the relationship will scatter. So we are not encouraging that. So we are encouraging, communicate your partner, anything, and be open enough. There are some people that are afraid of talking to your partner because they will wonder how the partner's reaction will be, whether he will take it out of proportion and blow it out of proportion and scatter everything. So they are afraid of speaking their mind, of asking questions they are supposed to ask. So we are encouraging you now, please try, be able to listen to your partner, hear him or her out, and don't make yourself such that people will be talking, your partner will be finding it difficult to ask you. Your partner should be able to ask you any question at all, and you should be matured enough to accommodate whatever question your partner is asking you. You should be able to accommodate, listen to her or listen to him, and give him or her a convincing answer, the truthful answer. Unless you are not working on that relationship being good, unless you are hiding things, unless you are having some skeletons in your cupboard, unless you are not truthful, you are not serious about that relationship. If you are serious about your relationship, and you want to make the most of it, and you want it to be sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting, you should be able to accommodate communication. Listen to your partner. You should be able to make yourself available to being asked questions. She should be able to ask you any question at all, and you should be able to answer her or him any question at all without hiding anything. And if there's anything you're hiding that you won't want your partner to ask you about, then it's best you leave it. You drop it as immediately as we are talking now. Drop whatever thing you feel your partner will ask you and you will not be able to make a proper response to. So drop that thing, drop that attitude, drop that particular act, because that means it's not good for your relationship. And that goes to people that may be keeping some relationships outside your partner. He can never ask you any question about it, and you'll be able to make a good response. You may not even want to hear, because you know he or she is trading on a live wire. You won't want him to go there. That means that thing is not good for your relationship. That means you have to do away with it. Stop it and start off a new leaf. So far, so good. That's why I just said, let me bring to our family for us to know communication is very good. Be open to communication and allow yourself to be communicated to. And it is going to help the relationship very well. So what do you advise? What do you have to say? Did the man do well? What advice can you give, or what encouragement can you give after hearing what this guy has had to say? Do you think it's a good thing he did by asking the girl without taking his own decision by himself? Or do you think he should have pursued the topic? He shouldn't have taken the girl by her words, should have gone further to make an investigation, because he just said he got convinced that she was saying the truth. And since she also said that he could call people in the family and ask of the girl, he felt convinced and he felt that everything was fine and he didn't bother again. Or what do you think? Do you think he should have kept on asking, pressing? So this is Catching Vibe Matchmaking and Love Relationship platform. We come to find connection, come to find relationship, come to find love, come to find connection, and learn how to make this relationship be sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting. Anytime we are live, it's time for matchmaking. Even now, if you want a partner, you can come up to the screen. Tell us your name, your age, location, blood group, genotype, what you do for a living. Describe the kind of a partner you want. Tell us the age range of the partner you want. Who knows, he or she may be at the comment section waiting for you to just turn up. A connection will take place right away. Or you can drop all those information at the description or at the comment section. Drop all the information about your name, your age, location, blood group, genotype, what you do for a living. Describe the kind of a partner you want. Give us the age range. Drop all of them at the description or at the comment section. We pick it up from there and work on it for you. Or you can join us in our community where we do matchmaking. You will see a link either at the comment section or at the bio, or anywhere you just see a link that will take you straight to our community where we do matchmaking. It's a vibrant community, very active, very lively, very enjoyable. That where we stay to kill depression. Okay, you can join us there for matchmaking. Who knows, your partner might even be there already waiting for you. And as you are going, partners, as you are going there, connection will take place, and who knows how it will end up. So this is it. What do you say? Please like this video, share it, follow us for more, and drop your own comment so that other people will get to know, other people will get to learn. Spread this music, spread this information, spread this video. Thank you. See you same time next week. Bye.